once woke up and then I had to write down all my dreams. And I did these in journals, I did these in poems, I did these in art. And then over a year and a half ago, I learned that these stories needed to be produced. So I've started my writing journey. And I'm on book two now. Book one still is in preparation to come to you. And if even in this vlog, you'll see more. Stick with me. Welcome to the Wardens of the Dawn. Welcome everyone to this week's vlog. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of different things. As I'm in the middle of writing them in my story, I thought it might be nice to talk about what a trial is, which is a major component that you see in my books when I'm dealing with my heroes. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about merging of short stories because I brought it, my old notes, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And then some updates. Stick around. See you in a second. I've said in the past that my books always will have science fiction, superheroes, and dragons. And now, superheroes is not like the Super Friends or the Avengers or any of these modern day IPs that you know, but what I create are these essence associations, agents. Agents that work for life are the agents who work for dark, and they will always follow the same rules. A trial happens after one of these potential agents has been given a star or a totem. Totem from the dark, a star from the life. Then they will go through the following curse, and then they will have their trial. And if they succeed in their trial, then they will be granted their powers. If they fail their trial, then they will not be granted their powers. And the curse is well established. I put it in book one and I use it in book two, and it's the main theme always when I'm dealing with the transition of a human or an alien into a hero or into an agent. They will know pain. They will know love. They will know suffering, and they will thrive. That is the four stanzas that outline the transition. And in book one of the main characters explains it in detail. I don't go and repeat it every time I talk about it. I do give an indication because each hero that becomes therefore an advancement in the hero ranks will have to again later on make new heroes. They all have their own unique stories and ways of doing that. But the first time I did it in book one, it's the most it has all the details in it. Now, what is a trial? A trial is always represented by a hero figure and a dark figure. And many of the times, the heroes are the actual wardens that I've used before or plan to use in the future. Or it's a family member of the person. And in the dark is always one of the dark agents that work for in the services of the Nacht. Or in this case, the picture that you see here, the trial of Bark is happening, and the dark one is the maker of the well, one of the main corruptions on the world of Redona. And the Elder Darken on the other side is one of the current heroes, but in the future. So they will know pain, they will know love, they will know suffering, and they will thrive. And the trials are always unique and different based upon the character and the personality, and the power that they're going to achieve out of it. And they can be perfect on the trial and get everything right. They can be, half black, dark and half white, but then at the last minute they get the right one and then they go light, or they go dark. In book two, I've made some dark characters. So anything can happen. Stick around. I have something more to share with you, something interesting. See you in a minute. So, hi again. I'm back. A little bit bigger screen this time because I want to show off this. This notebook I picked up when I was going to the university in the 1990s, and I hand wrote in all my stories into it. This is my source. Everything that I say that I'm connected to an old story, it's in here. In here is the old stories for the Ghost Wraith. In here is the stories for Morgana called Castle Dula Morphgon. And here are stories that I will use in future books. And here are stories that will never see be part of the books because they're too esoteric, but I might do something with them on other ways. These all were inspired to me, and I've done a kind of done a run on where my inspirations come from. Um, Back in the 70s, I was already making superhero designs and character concepts and made my own universes and wrote 3 manuscripts. When I was 18, they were burned up in the fire, but the character still was around, the stories were still around. When I left the military in the 1990s, I had the opportunity to release all that latent energy, and I wrote these stories. Some of these stories from 1990s, and then a few word onward. These stories were relevant for me at the time, just out of the military, just before starting college, trying to find my way in life, still at home with my parents, but actually an adult, having my own car and learning freedom. In the military, I didn't learn freedom, I learned responsibility and discipline, but now all of a sudden I had freedom. And the creativity opened up for me again. So I wrote and wrote. Are some of the stories relevant to today? We will see. I do have to take the stories and I do have to transform them, build them up to characters. If I use a story in the book, for instance, the Gun Wraith is the anti character in the second book. I took the story that I wrote and then I expanded upon it. I changed the name of the character. I changed the conditions of his plight. Kept a little bit of his powers and gave him different things to do. The transformation of that story is really around that character, and then in the book, it's going to be the continuation and conclusion of that story finally. That's the other thing. Many of my books don't have completions. They just stop. So this also is an opportunity for me because I wasn't ready to finish them then, but now I am. And this is my personal growth. And that makes it all a creative challenge. But just to hold it and just to open it up and to read from my table of contents, all the stories I got in here, and just at any time to pick it out and read through my chicken scratch and realize I've been writing for a long time. And besides stories, I also found my old poetry. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet. The poetry also includes somewhere around 17, 18 love poems to my partner that I'm going to keep for myself. Anyway, I hope this was interesting to you. Stick around, I'll give you an update on things I'm working on. So, updates. Book 1, I was recently in contact with Joanne. She's still working on it. We're looking at sometime around January that she gives me the completed text so that I can proceed with it to pre-publication in my art group. But I'm not pushing her, I'm not stressing her, and if you're watching this, Joanne, you're doing a great job. We get done when we get done. Then on book 2, this week I quickly wrote scene 24, which was a trial, and I have now outlined scene 25, 26, and 27, and those will go in rapid succession. And I hope actually to have all 3 written this week. The completion of this whole section of the book will happen with those 3 scenes, and then a new section of the book will proceed after that. And just because I was watching the Netflix Frankenstein movie, I got an inspiration for a whole new thing, The Accidental Immortal. And so today I've been just giving it a few minutes, brainstorming it out. What kind of a world would my accidental immortal be? What conditions would it be possible that someone could have that accidental immortality, and then what do they need to do with it? And it's looks like a rather interesting journey. So I put my complete treatment of the ideas I had down into my index, and we'll keep putting more ideas in. Might be something coming later. Don't know if it. My dedication to you guys is book 1, 2, and 3 for the Wardens of the Dawn, then book 4. Then I might do some different writing assignments before I do the second trilogy. This Accidental Immortal at the moment is like exciting, but I have a long way to go before I'm getting ready for it. But this is how it works with me. As you saw, I got stuff from the 1990s and the 1980s to work with, and the stuff from early 2000s, the dark end stuff I'm working with. It's just always raining upon me, and it's just manna from heaven. And I hope you are enjoying these vlogs. Let me know. Please like, subscribe, send it to a friend. Let's get 50 subscribers. Heck, let's get 100 subscribers. We are going into avenues and territories where my imagination is leading. Till next week, Bill out.